Dave Silverman was on Fox News along with Bill Donahue from the Catholic League and Rabbi Shmuley or something like that. And they complained about a number of things, one of which is this satanic monument that the satanic group wants to put up in Oklahoma right next to the Ten Commandments monument. And while I don't think we should have any there, and I think there's a really easy way to look at this. If I rent a house with 3 other people, so you've got me as an atheist, and I've got a Christian, a Jew, and a Muslim, and we each have our own bedrooms. We can decorate our own bedrooms and put up whatever religious or non-religious stuff we want, however, but the common areas downstairs, the living room, you don't get to permanently affix things for your religion because those are spaces that we share. Now, you can still make use of the living room and have a Bible study down there if your bedroom is too small or whatever, as long as we're all in agreement. We work out a schedule that is amenable to everybody, where we all have equal access, and where one person isn't dominating. That's pretty much the way the United States works, or should work, in that in your home, in your churches, even in your businesses in some cases, you can do pretty much whatever you want. And you can go out on the street in the public areas, the areas that belong to all of us, and you can wear your sandwich boards and talk about the end of being nigh and preach, and you can reserve the Capitol steps and stand up there and have a full-on Christian service right there in a temporary sense. But when you start putting permanent displays up on ground that belongs to all of us, now we've got a problem. And since we haven't been able to get the courts to really dig in on this and correct the problem by removing those displays, I'm all in favor of, let's let the Satanic Church put up an 8-foot-tall statue of Satan sneering at the Ten Commandments right next to him, because maybe then people will voluntarily start removing these permanent fixtures before we pollute the landscape so much that it's all you see.
Well, and this is the fallacy of this, let's give everybody equal time stuff.
Yeah.
Because at what point does it become just absurd when you have, not that, a creche and a satanic display side by side have gotten to the absurd point, but once we've littered the landscape with everybody's display out there, at some point it does get a little ridiculous. And as Rachel Maddow would say, what could possibly go wrong here, right?
So the other thing that they complained about is a Festivus pole made of beer cans that's going up, I think, somewhere in Florida. It was hilarious, first of all, to have Bill Donahue and a rabbi kind of teaming up to complain about this.
Yeah.
I'll just say this to Bill Donahue and the rabbi who were there. You guys look like a couple of douchebags. You really did. This idea that you somehow own Christmas or the season is patently absurd. 93% approximately of people in the United States celebrate Christmas, and yet less than 80% are actually Christians, which means there's a whole bunch of people who are not Christians who are celebrating. Meanwhile, there are Christian denominations that don't celebrate Christmas. And when you look at Christmas, when we take back the stuff that Christianity stole from other festivals and Saturnalia and the solstice and things like that, it's the reason Christmas is so popular. It's, first of all, it's commercial, and second of all, it's predominantly secular. Beth and I have actually driven around over the last week or so and cataloged 460 some odd houses that had outdoor displays, 0.2% of which have anything religious at all. And now, granted, that's Austin. It's not necessarily going to apply in your neighborhood. But Christmas is not just Christmas. And if we took away, let's get a divorce, Christians. Let's start splitting up the Christmas property between the two of us. And you get to keep all of the Christian stuff that you brought in, that is part of your religion, that is all about, tied up in Christmas time. And we will take everything else that isn't tied to your religion, which means you get baby Jesus in mangers. Oh, and you'll have to move it because you don't get December 25th, because even if there was a Jesus, according to your Bible, he wouldn't have been born around December 25th. So you get to move that to some other weekend or some other period of time.
Right.
And we'll keep December 25th, and we'll keep Santa Claus and presents and elves and eggnog and wreaths and decorated trees and outdoor lights and gift giving and charity and all these wonderful things that are actually what make the holiday fun. Now, I'm not saying that all atheists should celebrate. Celebrate whatever you want, for whatever reason you want. Call it whatever you want. Do it whenever you want. But when Bill Donahue and Rabbi Shmuley, I think it is, go on TV to complain about a Festivus poll, they sound like a couple of children who walked into the Chuck E. Cheese on their birthday and found out that somebody else was having a birthday party too. And that's just not fair, because this is our time to have fun. You shouldn't get to have any fun. You guys look so absolutely pathetic, and it was so awesome to see Dave sitting there between you, just kind of smiling and shaking his head, going, "Can I? Do you guys need your diapers changed or something?" Hey, celebrate whatever you want. Call it whatever you want. There are atheists who are adamantly opposed to celebrating Christmas. I'm not one of them. I have a good time. Our house is decorated. I went to Christmas parties. I'm happy. I'm fine with Merry Christmas. I'm fine with Happy Holidays. I'm fine with Happy Kwanzaa or Purple Hair Day or whatever you want. Doesn't bother me at all. And the only ones ruining your Christmas, Bill Donahue, is you.
Yeah.
Because you don't want anybody else to have any fun. This was my holiday. And you know what? If we did do that division of Christmas between us, Christmas is already only the second most important holiday within Christianity. Easter is the most important one. The birth is far less significant than the supposed death and resurrection. But if you took away all the fun stuff that Christians glommed onto their religious holiday over the years, and you were just left with the baby Jesus in a manger, Christmas popularity would be somewhere between Flag Day and Easter. And yet, the December 25th Christmas that everybody else celebrates with decorations and parties and fun and time off from work would still be amazingly popular and fun, because we're not going to let you ruin it for us. Anyway, that's my whole take on Christmas.
Yeah.